I'm Allison Kennedy, number 45141, and this is the video submission for Chapter 10, Stretching. So the first thing we're going to start off with is our quad stretch. So you want to be nice and tall, keep your abdominals tight, really important. If you need to, you can always find a wall for balance. You're going to stand up nice and tall. Think about activating your core, up nice and tall. Keep the knee right close to the body. Grab onto the ankle if you can. Don't twist your foot. Grab onto your shoelaces or onto your ankle. Up nice and tall. You want to grab over too. Making sure you're not twisting at the knee. So keep that nice and tall. Hold that for 15 seconds. Sometimes it helps if you have a spot on the wall that you can focus on to keep your balance. Okay, let's go to the other side. Just get that balance, look at that foot. Then up nice and tall. Breathing. Some people put their finger in their belly button. That helps them to keep it in their core there. You know, think about their core and that helps keep their balance. So whatever works for you. Generally tend to be a bit tight in that area. So next we're going to do the hip flexor. So the quads, you should kind of connect. You have one of your quads that actually is a hip flexor. So we're going to step back, up nice and tall, about shoulder width apart. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring our arms straight down. So you can do it from this standing position. If that bothers you, you can either find if you're using a bench, you put your foot up on a bench, or you can come all the way down. If that's hard on your knee, use your mat or your towel if you brought a towel to just support your knee. Okay, you're going to come up to this lunge position. Making sure you're going to tuck your tailbone under, tuck your bum, make sure you're not sticking it out because that hip flexor is attaching out right up here. You want to rotate this way so that you're going to get that stretch all along there. Try and keep your hips nice and level. Don't be sagging one down. Okay, step back in. And the other leg. Nice and tall. Keep your hips square, both hips pointing forward, so making sure that one's not dropping and making sure one's not twisting back. So keep yourself nice and square. I like to put my hands on my hips and that way I can kind of feel how I'm doing. Making sure you're breathing. That helps to relax the muscles too. Okay, and stepping back in. Next we're going to do our hamstrings. So the back of the leg tends to be really quite tight. When it's tight, what it does is it tends to pull underneath here. So we're going to stretch. I'm going to show you from the side. Nice and tall. You're going to bring your heel out. And then you're just going to hinge your body forward. Making sure you're not rounding. Keep your shoulders back. Good posture. And you're going to hinge forward. I like to do most of these in this position because most people actually don't have very good hamstring flexibility, and doing some of the ones sitting or lifting, they tend to put more stress on the rest of your body. So you can have start with your toe down if you want, and that's going to stretch more in that hamstring. When you lift up that toe, you're going to get that stretch all the way down into the calf. So we're going to do a good calf stretch. We're going to hold that there. Okay, I'll go back to the other side. And you can also have a little bit of a bend in that knee too. Again, making sure that we're not twisting. Try and keep yourself nice and square. So let's start with that toe down first. And you want to keep that core tight. That's going to help hold that position when you're bent forward like that, not collapsing in your low back. And bring up that toe. Okay, next we're going to stretch the TFL, so that runs along the side, that can get tight. So we're going to bring the leg across, or IT band, and then what you're going to do, reach that arm straight up, and if you can, you're going to lean to the side. Again, that takes a little bit of balance. Try not come forward. We want to come right to the side, so maybe you might even have to bring that foot out a little bit more if your allows it. And two, even if you can't switch that, come across, just shift that hip to the side, like you're giving someone like a hip bump, and you're going to just shift You'll feel that stretch along the lats too. Keep that shoulder relaxed, make sure you're not shrugging here. Good, and let's go to the other side. So again, if you want to do that crossover, you can do that. So I always find it easier if you, as you breathe out, to kind of, that helps to release that stretch. So you breathe in and then as you breathe out, let's try that again without the cross. And then you stretch as you breathe it out. Excellent. Okay, next we're going to stretch across your shoulders. You're going to come across, stretch the posterior shoulder. Again, shoulders relaxed. You'll bring the arm, you can hang on to it above the elbow. Usually works the best, and if you can, you can hang on to your wrist. Right just above your wrist, shoulder down, coming across. Again, keep yourself nice posture, feet together, equal weight on both feet. So good posture is going to be, you want to have your ear in line with your shoulder, in line with your hips, your knee and your ankle. Okay, so we sometimes tend to be, you know, in this position or this position, depending upon obviously where we have tightness. So we want to sometimes you kind of want to stick that bum out. So we want to try and tuck that bum, do a little pelvic tilt, pull that in there. Hard to try and tighten this up, release and relax everything else, but we want to make sure we're nice and tall, just like someone's pulling us, like we're a string puppet. We're nice and tall, we're not slouched into our body. And that allows us to breathe, and we need to breathe to stretch, to get oxygen to all those muscle fibers, and to get that lactic acid, all that waste products out. Okay, from there, we're going to stretch forward. Stretch up the chest, or stretch up the back a bit, and then you can go to the other side. Generally, we're used to kind of, when you stretch very much there, they tend to be weak and longer in there. So we're going to stretch more so where we're tight, which is our chest. We tend to be tight. So we're going to bring our arms back behind, nice and tall if you want. You can look up to the sky. Just try to make sure that you're not arching your back to do that. Try and keep everything tucked, and you're going to pull your shoulder blades together. And if you want, you can reach down, and that can get a good stretch there. Very much here. If you want, you can move to a wall, and then you can use that. So you can open up your chest a little bit more by putting your arm against the wall, or a doorway works really well. Even we can do it just like this, using our own muscular strength. Towel works well too. Okay, we're going to do our biceps, so we're going to bring our arms out to our body like that, and we're going to pull back. Our biceps flex, so we're going to extend, bring our arms back. And again, you can do this along the wall too. That usually gets a really good stretch. You have your arm along the wall. And then because our bicep does two different actions, we're also going to bring our elbows or thumbs down. And so our bicep rotates, so doing that is going to also get there. And then you can rotate it the other way too, kind of just get all those movements in there, loosen it up. Okay, we're going to do our tricep. So you're going to reach your arm back, you're scratching your back up nice and tall again. And if you want, you can provide a little bit of resistance, just right there. Tends to happen, people tend to pull there and they yank on their neck, so just try if you can. Use the head in front of the body rather than behind. You should feel that good stretch. I know I do. Nice and tall. So we want to hold these stretches 15 seconds a minimum. Ideally, you want to go 30 seconds to 1 minute. Okay, on the other side. Shoulders relax again. Lots of times those shoulders want to shrug up to the ears. Keep them down. Okay, we're going to stretch out a little bit of our back. We're going to do a cat camel. I'm going to show you from the side. So hands on your knees to support you. We're going to round as we breathe out. Ooh, that's deep. And then breathe in. Do a little bit of an arch. And just to where it's comfortable. Again, don't be, going too far into your range of motion. Just a comfortable move. We're just trying to just kind of loosen the area up. With your breath as is comfortable. stability kind of movement. One more time. Okay, we're going to stretch out that hip flexor because it tends to still be tight. So we're going to do it right down from kneeling here. And so we're going to try and do it if we can with that knee above or not resting on the floor. And that takes some of the pressure away. So if that's difficult, again, you can try, straddling. If you have it hard to straddle, you bring your arm to the other side. Or you can bring that knee down again and do the same thing. The knee down if it's hard for you to hold that position. Or back up to how we were before. But the key again is push that hip forward. So we're getting that stretch along through there. You can reach up that hand on the same side and go back like that, and that's going to get a nice good stretch. Some people like to also shift or move to the side. I like to because I tighten that whole area there. Good. And switch to the other side. I'll move back to facing forward. Nice stretch there. Tall. Again, if you can. That knee up. Press that hip towards the floor. But again, if you have wrists that don't like that position, you bring that knee down, you can go into that position here. And again, if you want that same side, stretching, reaching for the sky, but don't lift up the shoulder, and lift to the sides, we get that nice good stretch. Okay, and we're going to stretch out next our calves a bit. We're going to do the downward dog. So from the hands and knees position, we're going to come up. And you can have your knees bent. They don't have to be, a perfect downward dog. I know I can. I'm tightening my calves. So pushing the one heel down, and the other one. Onto our butt. The key thing that we're going to do is I want you to have you don't want to be slouching into here. With hamstrings, people tend to be slouched there. You need to sit on that bony part of your bum, okay? So kind of if you have to, bring that, tuck it underneath with your hands, bring the other leg in to your body to help support. If you can bring your leg straight up, that's fine, okay? We want a good stretch. We're not competing here. So you can have that knee bent. You're just going to lean your body forward. Try and keep yourself nice and square over that leg. If you can, stretch it out. If you find that you can't reach, grab onto here if you want. You brought your towel. And if you couldn't get that real good stretch with that last one, you can pull up on you can bend that knee a bit more if you need to. And pull up on your foot to get that stretch on that calf there. The more we extend that leg up, the more we feel that. Okay, then the other side. Tall. And you want to round it over. Keep that back as tall as you can. Rotate it there. And lean it forward. Okay, next we're going to do a butterfly stretch. Stretch the inner groin. So you're going to try and heels of your feet together, or soles of your feet together, sorry. And just lean the body forward. Again, we're not bringing our nose to our toes, you don't have to. So if you can, bring it in. Grab onto your toes, ankles, whatever's comfortable for you. Straight, nice and straight, and leaning the body forward. You don't want to be collapsed. We want to really focus on good posture, opening up our chest. Next we're going to do a rotation. So if you want, you can just cross your legs and you can do it from this position cross. And we're going to rotate side. If you want a little bit more of a difficult position, you're going to cross that leg and kind of do like a yoga position. And we're going to rotate this way and get that stretch. You will also feel that in your glute on that side that's crossed over. And keep focusing on breathing. The other side, I got my little daughter. If you want, you can come sit here, but yeah, let me finish what I'm doing. Sit down. Okay, we're going to a couple more exercises. Okay, rotate. When I'm done, okay, sweetie. I keep rotating to the side. Okay, we're stretching posterior shoulder, just a couple more stretches, sweetie. So shoulders back, nice and tall. Now we're just going to slouch our bars. We need to bring our body forward so we can stretch in the front of that shoulder. Because again, some of that tightness in the front of the shoulder pulls our shoulders forward, so we want to try. Yes, okay. So I need you to try and stay quiet, okay, please? Thank you. So be nice and tall as we pull forward and get that stretch. And just look to the sky. Okay, from that position, we're going to cross our leg, get a piriformis stretch, which is a hip rotator. If that bothers you from that sitting position, we can do it lying. So you're going to bring that leg up, cross it over, and just bring the hand through the window. And that's going to support the back. So if you have some back issues, lying on the back here makes it a lot easier. Okay, and the other side, cross that leg over. If you want to apply that pressure there to get that bit of rotation and maybe even pull so you can feel that. And bring that leg in, get a bit more if you need. Just be careful of your joints. Don't be pulling right on your knee, especially if you have knee issues. And have this foot, actually it really helps to support that knee if you flex this leg, this ankle here, this foot here. Support that knee. Okay, have your feet down. We're going to do another bit of that rotation. I'm just going to go to the side. Nice strength. Twisting actually helps a lot with digestion and detox if you're taking any yoga classes. Okay, and switch to the other side. If you can, bring your head to the opposite side. Have your head to the opposite side that your knees are going. That'll help. You want to try and keep those shoulders down, and that's going to help anchor that twist. Okay, back up to sit nice and slow. Last stretch we're going to use for the lats. We're going to do a cat stretch, or child's pose, sorry. Sitting, we're going to lean body forward, up nice and tall. That stretches up the chest a little bit too, and along the side, along the left. We're going to move our hands to the side, and that's going to get a nice big stretch along there. Oh, that feels good. And from the other side. Keep breathing. Okay. Let's just finish up sitting on our heels or on your bum wherever you're comfortable. Let's breathe in. And out. Relax one more time. And out. Okay. We will see you on the next chapter.